it was a really big thing for me. Like anyone who used to talk bad about the car used to get mad. It was like really personal to me. My name is Britto, and Nathan, and I've been here my entire life since I was born. Okay, it's a very complicated one. So it started off like back in the days when I was doing my 12th grade. I used to sit back with my friends. I live back in Satwa. It's been 3 years I stayed there. So there's this famous chai place over there. It's called Kukul Chai. And we all used to just stand over there in one corner and just used to look at the cars that are passing by. My friends used to be like, oh look, there's a Skyline, oh look, that's a Supra. And each and every car, even the Nissan Patrol or whatever it is, they'd be like, oh damn, nice car, nice. I was behind one car, that is the first car. It's a Golf R32. It was one of the rarest cars in GCC. There was only like almost 25 to 30 of them, I believe. And it's a German car, as you all know. It's a Volkswagen. And so I used to always send my dad the pictures of this car and the ads. So he used to just have a look at it and he used to not reply. He used to leave me unseen. I was mad behind this car. Every time I see the car passing by or anything, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's an R32. I used to go mad off the car. And then I got my license, and all thanks to my dad. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got that car, even my second car. A week before that, I went along with my friends and we checked out this car, which was on Dubizzle. It was a white color one, and I still remember the number plate 48493, and it was a beautiful car. And then it was owned by a Pakistani dude, so it was beautifully, it looked clean as of that time. And then we got it for around, I think 15,000, no, 17,000. So once I got the car, there was a lot of problems with the car. So to be honest, I mean, now that it's gone, I can openly tell anyone. The first day, my dad, it was like I had to talk to my dad, convince him so much, and then because of my pressure, my dad went and just got the car. And when I got the car, it was, my dad got it. He's like, I spoke to him, we spoke the price and everything, I'm going to collect the car, we're going to finish it off. My dad comes back home, I come back rushing home. Normally I come from university around like 8:30, but that day I came at like 6. I'm like, oh, the car's here. And then when I came, I met my dad. I'm like, where's the car? He's like, no, just few minor works left with the car. I left it at the garage. But then my uncle, he plays a major role in whatever I do. He's my dad's assistant, and his name is Ebi Uncle. And he always supports me, whatever it is, in what I do, and especially with cars, because he himself is like a petrolhead, if I say. He was also like, no, worth it, don't get it, this and that, blah blah blah. But then he's like, okay, fine, now that we got it, it's good. The car's good, but the condition was not. After that, I started driving it. The first day I took it, my friends are like, oh my god, you got your dream car. I'm like, yeah guys, come, let me show you. Let me take you for a ride. And inside my campus itself, we take a round, inside the parking. They're like, damn bro, it's got Bola exhaust and all, it's really good. I'm like, thanks man, thanks. And just that when I was taking a turn, the car goes in, like, it just like goes into fault mode. And I'm like, whoa, what's up? And then this happens, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to call my dad because he was really sad about what happened the previous days. And it was in the garage for like 4 days after getting the car. I'm like, oh boy, what have I got myself into? And then I just switched off the car and then started back, and then boom, mashallah, it's back to normal. I'm like, okay, just park the car and get inside. I parked the car, get inside, and it was a really big thing for me. Like anyone who used to talk bad about the car used to get mad. It was like really personal to me. The main problem was when I used to drive on the highways, the gearbox used to go. The gearbox used to go in neutral, false neutral, and in the main road. There's nothing I can do much about it. So I used to be like, shit, what am I gonna do? Switch the car off when it's on the run, and then again switch it on, and then go back. It was really scary, and then but I had to do something. There was a point where it just completely stopped in Satwa roundabout, and unfortunately there was a time I had to sell the car even though I didn't want to. We ended up selling it for a major loss. It went for around like 10,000. Yeah, 10,000. And I still remember it was Easter time last year, and I was selling the car. It was a horrible experience. And then there was another R32, blue color one, midnight blue, just beautiful color, I love. It was, even the other dude, there was a white dude selling the car. So when he was selling the car, I was like looking at my dad, I'm like, you know what, you want to get that? He's like, just get lost. So the first week we sell the car, my dad gets back home. You know, I was just like stuck at home for a month. I never used to go out. I was just sad, depressed. And dad then goes like, how about, you know what, I'll just get you a Golf, stop being sad. I was like, from showroom. So I was like, oh, I was into it, but then I was like, nah. I mean, if any problem comes again, I won't be able to handle it and stuff. And then I was like, you know what, let me look for a Japanese. And then even a 370Z was one of my options. I started looking, comparing and stuff. So I had two concerns out of all of them. So one was fuel, you gotta look for that, fuel, and the maintenance. So other cars were not as feasible and as good, yeah, as valuable. And then I always had a thing for coupes, and then I thought, why not just get the Toyota 86. I still have a love-hate relationship with that car. It is what it is. But I clicked, my friends were like, you know what, we never clicked a picture of you along with the car, so we'll click a few pictures. And these guys, I don't know what was there in their head, probably they thought I'm going to sell it soon. So these guys come all the way from Sharjah, my friends Harish and Gordon, they're like, come. So right next to my university, there's like a parallel road, and there's like, you know, angle parking there. We just stopped the car, and he's like, come. So that day I had some interview session or something in my university. I was in formals, and there's this photo which even now when I look at it, I'm like, shit, I was there at that stage. It's like I'm looking back at my car, leaning on the car and looking back at it. After selling the car, this was my DP, as we all know, Indians, and you know, it's a way of showing, oh, I missed something. So my friend's dad, he's like, he had a GTI 2009 model, and he really liked me that, you know, I wanted this car only. I was so stuck behind it, and he told me I'll get it. I ended up getting it, but he sees the picture, and then he goes like, he calls me up, and he's like, why is it that you're looking at the car so sadly and you're almost about to cry? And I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. And everything is like, don't worry, you'll get over it. It's okay. You'll get another nice car. I'm like, okay.